Hey guys, so Lord here, back again with another review, and today we'll be taking a look at the McFarlane Toys Spawn Universe Gunslinger Spawn with Minigun. And before we get into it here, let us first take a look-see at both the front and the back of the packaging. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now before we get into the meat and taters of this review, I would like to say that first and foremost, this review is brought to you in part by my good buddy El Tenda. I will leave a link in the description below, but in case you missed this past weekend's edition of What's in the Box, he sent me an awesome trade box, and good old Gunslinger Spawn here was a part of that. So big thanks to him for making this review possible. That said, moving on to the accessories that come with this figure. First of which comes with a big arse minigun, which is the main reason I wanted this figure. I did not have this. It did not come with the Target exclusive version. It's got some skulls on the barrel there. It does not rotate, unfortunately. It's just a solid chunk, but really cool looking minigun. That said, I believe this should be turned sideways. This little handle here. Other than that, I like it. I dig it. I think it's cool. Other than that, though, he does come with the trademark McFarlane Toys Spawn stand. Has the white Spawn logo on it there. Nothing too crazy going on. And last but certainly not least, he of course has his revolvers that go in the holsters on his hips. He's got two of those. I'll show you one right here. Here you go. And that's it. Because what is a gunslinger Spawn without his two trusty revolvers, right? That said, though, if you do have the Target exclusive version of this guy, or are waiting for your Gunslinger with the Horse 2-pack pre-order to come in from GameStop like me, this is essentially the same figure as both of those. Kinda sucks we don't have like a subtle paint variant to mix things up, like, I don't know, maybe a black trench coat instead of a red one. But I do dig this figure still, even though it is a easy re-release, not even a repaint, just a re-release of the first version. He does not have that shotgun holster with the belt that goes across his chest and the shotgun that stows in it, though he probably will wind up with that because he has the tightest joints of the two gunslingers I have. Like, I could stand him up really easy, whereas the other one has a little bit of weakness in the ankle, so it causes him to fall down a lot. So that one, if anything, might wind up on the horse, and I'll keep the other one in case they make a motorcycle, because he does ride a motorcycle too. But as far as articulation on the Gunslinger goes, his head can look around. I don't want to waste too much time on articulation with this guy since I already reviewed it. I'll leave a link in the description below to that review in case you want to see a little bit more in-depth review of the Gunslinger. I did that last year during the fall, I believe. His shoulders go out to the side, back down, forward and back. He does have that ball joint in there, but it's pretty limited. Double jointed elbow, or bicep swivel. Double jointed elbow. There you go. That's the elbow, stupid. Yeah, a little bit of the Cliff's Dover going on, but not terrible. And then he does have the ball hinge wrists. His wrists were way easier to move out of package. I don't know if that's because it's a second release or what, but his little hinges there were a little bit easier to maneuver fresh out of package. Torso doesn't get a whole lot of range, but it is Gunslinger, so I wouldn't expect much out of him. He's not Ninja Spawn. He shouldn't be doing like flips and stuff, but you get two rotation cuts and a little bit of play in these joints here and here. As far as his legs go, they do kick forward and back a little bit, not a whole heck of a lot. They do kick out. He does have a thigh cut, does have a double jointed knee that works pretty well. And of the knees, it's not terrible. tiny trench, but not a big old cliff like we're used to seeing. And then as far as his ankles go, he has that double ball. Well, he's got the ball hinge, not a double. And you can hinge it back and forth and rock it and rotate it and whatnot. He does have a toe joint on both sides, and it's tight on both sides. So yeah, I would say this is the superior version of the figure based off the quality of it. But if you're patient enough, just wait for the one with the horse to come out. But you know, if you're like me, you have a problem and buy the same shit you already got just because it has different accessories or different paint apps. Mandarin Spawn, I'm looking at you. I guess this is technically a little worse than that since it doesn't even have different paint apps. But you know what? I don't care, man. I love Spawn. And if good buddy T-Biz is going to be the one known for doing favors for Motu, I might as well be that guy who's going to do it for Spawn. Because I love Spawn. It's one of my top 3 favorite things. Let me just try and get this gun in his hand here. It's pretty easy. I wouldn't say it's too difficult. You just got to articulate him right. But I love Spawn. I do just about anything to get some new Spawn. So, you know, it's whatever to me. I will say his ball hinges are a little tricky to actually rotate. There you go. And you can see just how much more range you get out of this one. I don't know why this one side, it's like got incredible range and the other one's just kind of hindered. But it's whatever. It's not that big a deal. Because he's going to be holding this minigun looking awesome here. As long as I can get it to him. There. There he is with his big old minigun. Ready to waste some banditos and engines in the olden times. Maybe this isn't an olden times machine gun or minigun, but it's definitely not the kind I'm used to seeing in games like, what is it, Red Dead Redemption? Which is about the Wild West and stuff. So, you know. Gets the job done, though. Looks cool. Sculpted paint on this guy is pretty good. It might not be as strong as the old one, but the old one can't move at all. It's a statue. Basically, anyways. It's not 100% a statue, but it's a statue enough for me to be like, do I want that? Or don't I? Who am I kidding? I'd buy it if it was cheap, I guess. But with that being said, let's now move on and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here is our new-ish Gunslinger Spawn next to the Raven Spawn and Gunslinger Spawn from Wave 1 of this Spawn universe line. And as you can clearly see, both Gunslinger Spawns are exactly the same, with the exception of the weapons. Next up, here he is alongside a couple other figures from Wave 2 of this Spawn universe line, She-Spawn and the Soul Crusher. And last but certainly not least, we have our 2 regulars, the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibulus, the Spawn, who's not turning over everyone today because Gunslinger wins by a hat. A fancy hat, might I add. With that being said, time to wrap things up. Some final thoughts. Overall, and of the 2 Gunslinger Spawns we have from this Spawn universe line thus far, I gotta be honest with you, from a quality control standpoint at least, this is the superior of the 2 versions. That said, I do still prefer the shotgun and holster that came with the original Target exclusive release of this figure. But if you're willing to be patient, I would hold out for the GameStop exclusive release of this character, which comes with all of the guns, including the shotgun with the holster and this minigun here, as well as a horse for the low price of $50. And I know some people are turned off by the Spawn line due to the high price point some of these figures go for, but for the price of $50, you get 2 figures. That's a deal as far as I'm concerned. And I think that is the Todd Father compensating for the fact that he already got us for 2 Gunslinger Spawns, so he figured I better take it easy on their wallets with this one. And If you're like me, you have a McFarlane Toys logo branded on your ass, and you will buy literally everything Spawn that McFarlane Toys has to put out. Because, as I said before, if T-Biz is going to be the one doing favors for Motu, I'm going to be the one doing favors for Spawn. Because I love Spawn. It's one of my top 3 favorite brands, if you want to call it that, of all time, along with Gargoyles and Ghost Rider. And you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you are so inclined, please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you know whenever I upload more reviews like this one. And if you are so inclined also, don't forget to suggest what I should review for my 10-year anniversary week-long marathon extravaganza, which will be starting next week. We're going to kick it off Monday with a review picked by you guys, the viewers slash fans slash subscribers, whatever you want to call yourselves. And also, while you're at it, don't forget to check out El Tenda. Again, I will leave a link in the description below to his channel, or if he gets it by the time this video is posted, a video of the trade box I sent him. So please go check him out, give him a subscribe, tell him Overlord sent ya. But if you haven't already, please hit me up on Instagram at Overlord Productions. But as always, keep the comments civil, because the world sucks enough as it is, especially if you're a sucker like me and buy multiples of the same figure just to get different accessories. I mean, I did do it with Death Metal Batman too, right? And until next time, I'll catch you guys later.